just bought contacts. And so now I'm like, oh, I gotta wait.
Doesn't 1-800 contact warranty
There's
them
like
up to a certain
1-800
amount?
contact guy here. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had problems,
so if you have
with
problems,
them,
go
if it's, like,
back and
ripped or whatever. Just call in and they'll replace you.
even if your vision changes within a certain amount of time, they
Yeah,
let
if it's
you.
within the wear time and they're not working for you, you can call in for a replacement.
I got YouTube up, and I just have them up on separate pages. And I have Mario up. It does still have a picture of Tony Hawk on the live, though.
Oh, yeah, it does.
I can try to fix it on here real quick. Yep, now it's changed.
Sick.
We're officially on live streaming.
We're live streaming right now?
Yep, we're up.
Yes, we are on.
All right. Do you want to give
All right.
that to Jordan, Adam?
Let's go.
Jordan? The remote.
Oh,
so
yeah, there you go.
And let me get our screens up. How about that?
Yeah, we need those.
A little important.
So that way Adam can play. All right.
All right. Welcome to our 8th episode of our podcast and stream with the Super Davis Bros. We are covering an awesome subject for, I think, all of us, because we loved it growing up as kids. All of Adam Sandler movies and top 10 for each of us. So we're excited to get going. We have a guest here. We mentioned last time it's the other Davis bro.
What up? What up?
This is Adam Davis bro. But welcome to the podcast. Let's get going on this.
Yeah, once Mario and Luigi get a third brother, then we'll add Adam full time to the podcast.
There we go. I could be like a Koopa. Or I could be Yoshi.
All our guests are Koopas. Yeah. You
We're
can be
gonna
Yoshi.
punch you in the back of the head.
Ride you.
Oh, God.
PG rated.
PG. We gotta remember.
This is supposed to be a
PG,
PJ podcast. Okay, guys.
Well, thanks, Adam. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining us for the podcast. We actually had him scheduled a little bit later in the year, but we just felt like we needed to get him on sooner. So I'm glad that you could come.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. I've been watching you or listening to you guys on Spotify, and it's been a lot of fun. So
Thanks.
been enjoying it.
We should point out to those on the Twitch, the stream, that Adam has not played this game like in a long time, right?
Yeah, like
I'm sure
not
they'll figure
much.
it out when they see
I think they
balls.
just figured out you just died.
Yeah, he's just as.
You should go roam the castle a bit. Find some
Yeah,
other
I didn't know
levels.
how to get out of wherever I was.
You either die or you can hit pause and exit level.
It's okay, man. I suck at this game. I haven't.
And-
Last time we played. So last week, it was the first time I've played it in. Other than like turning it on right when we got it on the Switch, it was the first time I played it since we were kids. So.
Oh wow. Yeah, I played it on my phone for a little while. Like we got a bunch of the old 64 games on the phone.
Android.
Yeah, on the Android,
Yeah,
dude.
that was so fun.
And I remember
I
you
wasted a
beating
lot
the
of time.
game
Yeah.
on the cell phone. Because I
could-
went and played Ocarina of Time with Zelda.
Yeah. And that was like because the only reason I could beat it was I finally had access to the internet to know how to get all the stars.
The beauty of the internet, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, cool, man. Thanks for coming on for Adam Sandler movies. I think maybe to begin with, we start with why Adam Sandler movies are are such a big deal to our family. It's kind of cool that you came on for this. Not only is your name Adam, but I think we all grew up on Adam Sandler movies.
Yes. We watched them non-stop our whole lives on repeat.
Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with our dad's sense of humor.
Most
yeah.
definitely. I don't know how to do that. How do you do the...
You jump up and hit Z. Yep, just
There
like
we
that.
go.
Yep.
Okay.
It's kind of hard to position yourself on that those boxes. You got to kind of get used to it. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that what you're trying to do is not worth it.
Okay.
Just that tiny little box doesn't have anything.
All
in it.
right.
Maybe
Keep going.
Maybe a yellow
The
coin.
noob over here.
I was just about to say, would somebody please comment so I can make sure I'm doing my job and I can see the comments, because I actually have it up and on, I believe, the correct screen this time. So I just wanted to verify. But as said in all the podcasts, Alicia Annabelle, she says, "Yo,
Yo,
what's up?"
I feel like Annabelle's always the
She's-
first one to comment.
Yeah, pretty much. Actually, last time she did get on a little later than the others. She said, I don't know. She even said something about it. She's like, "Oh, sorry, late. I was late." Or
Well,
something
thanks,
like that.
Annabelle. Thanks. What's her user tag? How do you say it?
I say Alicia Annabelle.
Aliciana. Yeah.
No.
I think you should pick a different level, Jordan. Adam.
This is, I think, level 1.
Yeah, that one's a tough one because you can fall a lot.
Level
go.
1 is a hard level.
That's technically star 1.
This is
but-
gonna be a long podcast, guys.
Luckily, the focus is in the game this time.
This
And
is
then,
true.
Life
Okay.
Elevated just said howdy. What's up, Life Elevated? I don't know. I
think
can't
it's-
remember who that is.
You know what?
Is
I don't
that-
even know if we should
Oh, no,
use
I think
names
that's-
anymore. Because I don't know. Maybe they don't want us to say their names or
maybe.
whatever. But
I think
Life
it's
Elevated.
was that Bree?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that was Bree.
If you're cool with us saying your name, throw it in the chat. Otherwise, maybe we just read their tags, just to keep.
yeah,
I don't know if people want
I'll-
their names read or not.
I'll do my best to do one or the other and not realize what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's all good.
So yes, it is. It is.
Okay, cool.
We were right.
What's up, Bree?
What's
We're
up?
talking conspiracies again, Bree, and how the Earth is flat.
So we really wanted to cover how flat the
She's
Earth
so pissed
really
last
is,
episode.
and mainly for you, because we know that we brought you over to.
I think it should be stated, Jordan, that we made a lot of jokes about conspiracy theories. We made a lot of jokes about different people on the podcast and their conspiracies, and it was all just good fun. It was
Yeah,
nothing
it was.
serious. No, don't worry too much about any of it, other than the fact that the pyramids were created by an ancient advanced civilization. That is fact.
That is 100% fact. I know
Oh,
this.
you know what I'm curious, Adam, is my wife
on a
says
flat Earth.
both your wife and my wife have said on the phone we sound exactly the same.
That's what
So
Shaylin tells me
I
all the
wonder
time.
if that's gonna happen on the podcast. People are gonna be like, is that Adam speaking or Matt
right.
speaking? I'm curious to listen back to it and see how close the voices are.
Yeah, you guys can't sound as sexy as I do.
Yeah,
I'm
we
struggling
try.
with
We
women.
try.
It's okay, Bree. We are not going to. She's like, "Oh no, please no. We're not. We're not going to get into that. We'll have to get back into it when we get back to work. We'll make sure we."
Yeah. But let's jump into some Adam Sandler. I've got some fun facts about Adam Sandler, and then I thought, if you're cool with it, Jord, I thought we could, and Adam, you as well, is we could list every single Adam Sandler movie that's come out since Happy Madison, the Happy Madison films, right?
Productions,
So
yeah.
Billy Madison being the
yeah,
first,
yeah.
and we'll just quickly say if we've seen them or we haven't, because I feel like we could claim experts in Adam Sandler films. I bet, and I'm hoping that we've, as a group, at least one of us has seen every single one of these Adam Sandler movies, and I bet majority of
that.
them we've all seen. So,
Yeah, I bet.
well,
I'm
let's-
curious
Probably a
though.
good
I am
chunk,
curious
but
to find
when I
out.
was looking up all the Adam Sandler movies, like, I was really blown away at how many
Yeah,
Adam
dude.
Sandler movies there
Yeah.
are and how many, like, he co-produced or was, like, a part of as just an actor or whatever, but it just blew
It's
me
a
away.
lot,
I didn't
man.
realize. Yeah.
Well, let's just do a little bit of a background on Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler's 56 years old. He was born in Brooklyn, New York. He's Jewish. I think most people, if you know Adam Sandler, you know that. He graduated from NYU. he married Jackie Sandler. I don't know what her maiden name is.
Oh,
but,
she has the same last name as him.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
Nick Foles just hopped on.
what's up, Nick?
He was on with us last time.
You know, for being such a superstar that Nick Foles is and winning Super Bowls, it's pretty cool that he comes on our podcast.
Yeah, dude.
So appreciate you, Nick Foles. I'm not sure what team you're on anymore, if you're backing up the Bears or still or whatever.
Yeah, he's a good soccer player, I heard.
He's the best keeper. He's the best keeper in
plays
golf
such
I've
good
ever seen.
golfing games on a court.
But yeah, he married his wife Jackie in 2003, and they met while filming Big Daddy, and she's been featured in every film since then. The character in Big Daddy she was a waitress. As we go through the movies, I'll try and remember what character she is. She always has small roles. Funny enough,
I was told she's the actual wife in Click. Is that true?
no. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
So I always wonder, I'm like, why doesn't he have his wife play his wife? I didn't realize until I saw the movie. Have you guys seen Home Team? It's on Netflix. It's about Sean Payton, and it's an
Adam,
Adams.
you're about to drown. Go
Yeah,
up.
you're about to
Oh,
die.
I didn't know you drowned in a
get a-
water
Well, yeah,
level.
you
Get a
can't
coin.
breathe underwater.
Oh,
So-
you're in
I'm
trouble.
king.
You should have got more coins. Hopefully, Adam's trying to get a breath, and he might die right
He might.
now. Oh,
Oh,
he got
there
it.
we go.
He did it. He did it.
Last week we were throwing penguins off a cliff. This week we're just trying to stay alive in water.
We're just trying to stay alive.
In
That's,
general.
that's the goal.
And Adam forgot that humans can't breathe in water. So, actually, to
Common
be fair, in Super
misconception.
Mario World, he didn't need to breathe in Super Mario World. So
And I've played Super Mario World more than I've played this.
there you go. So, yeah. So, what I was gonna say is, I'm surprised she hasn't had like a big lead until I saw her in the Home Team. And she has a lead in that. Adam Sandler isn't in that movie. And she's a bad actress. She's not good. And I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense why he has her. And if you're a bad enough actress to not have a lead in an Adam Sandler movie,
Yeah, that's a little rough.
you're pretty bad. And he's your spouse. But she was not good. But she is featured in every film at some point. All the Happy Madison ones she's featured in.
Yeah.
He has two daughters who have also both been featured in a couple of the different films. And then you want to take a guess at how much Adam Sandler's net worth is? How much Adam Sandler's worth? He's worth a lot of money.
$1 million.
That's chunk change.
Way
Oh.
more than that.
It was not an Adam Sandler reference, but
Mike Myers.
yeah.
100 billion gazillion dollars.
Nick
Dr.
Foles'
Evil.
guess is 250 million.
Pretty close. Except double it.
Oh,
He's
so
worth
not that close.
He's worth over
He's worth
$420 million.
Holy cow.
That's not doubling 250 million, but
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
500 million. He's over 420. Whatever. You want to play math games on here?
no.
You want to be embarrassed in front of our 5 streamers?
I can't handle it.
Yeah. The other thing I just wanted to say about Adam Sandler, that's all I had, just brief Adam Sandler, but he's such a good dude. In fact, Carson, who was on last time when he found out we were doing Adam Sandler movies, he sent me a little 30-minute fan put together documentary about him and all the good things he's done for his family and friends, and he's just a really good human. And if you've ever looked at any of those lists of top 10 nicest celebrities, he's always on that list. It's him and Keanu Reeves are always on that list.
He talks to a lot of his fans on the street and stuff.
Yeah.
In New York.
You see that all the time. He's always willing to stop and take pictures or joke from his car or whatever. When people are pointing at him and
That's
and
awesome.
yeah,
That's cool.
he's a cool dude.
I unfortunately didn't get to watch that documentary. I wish I would have, but I didn't get the time.
It's really good. I can't remember what the name is. Carson, you should throw the link in the chat while you're on, and I'd highly encourage everybody to watch it because people give Adam Sandler a hard time because of his movies. They just give him such a hard time, and I think people are jerks because he's awesome and his movies are awesome, even his bad movies, and we'll get to his worst movies, but they're They're really bad, but they're
Some of them
but
are pretty
at least
rough.
he's lighthearted about it, you know, like he gets it and he doesn't, you know, he doesn't try to be something that he's not, you know.
Yeah. For
Nice.
sure.
Thanks, Carson. He just put it up. So
Thanks, Carson. So if
anybody
anyone
who's
that-
on there, you can check that out now. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah. And then I could throw that, maybe I'll throw that in the show notes link on Spotify for those that just listen. So, are you getting sick of this level?
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I've been trying to figure it out. I opened a chest, but it didn't have anything in it, or I didn't see it.
So hit pause, start, and then you can go to exit course.
Yeah.
And you can go to another level and just kind of read the stars that are grayed out, and the stars that are grayed out we haven't accomplished yet, and you can go do that. So, like if you go to that first level on the left, in there, we haven't done the 5 red coins, so just go and find 5. Not that one. The
one
up
upstairs?
yeah, the first level that you're on. You can
No.
go up. No,
Turn left.
Left. There you
Those
go. Up those
stairs.
stairs.
Oh, this one.
Yeah. If you go into that, just go and find the 5 red stars, so you can wander around and find them. There you go.
Okay.
Give you a fun task while we were talking movies. Okay. That was it for Adam Sandler. Those are my facts. Very quick.
Annabelle just said she just found out about a month ago that was Adam Sandler's wife.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in every movie, man. She's
It's
pretty
crazy.
funny too. Some of her characters are pretty.
Some of her characters.
You know
are
the one that she
hilarious.
has like one of the bigger roles is Just Go With It. She's the wife that leaves him at the start. That's
Oh, okay.
so it's kind of funny. His wife leaves him as
Yeah.
the wife in Just Go With It.
So she was in a movie that played his wife.
She never got married.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
I guess I'm just saying he hasn't played like a lead. His main romantic interest has never been his wife. So, okay, let's go through the movies. So I've got them here in order. And let's just quickly say if we've seen them or if we haven't, okay? And we'll find out if there's any that we haven't seen, okay? And I
Okay,
think
cool.
I think we can do it. So, in 1995, Billy Madison.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Sorry.
All
Senior Shad just jumped on. What's up, Senior Shad? Just curious. We want to pinpoint who you are if we know you. So I won't blurt it out, but if you want to throw it in the comments
Or message us on
or
Facebook.
message us or
I think
something.
we know who you are.
We think we know, but we are not positive. So
Yeah.
we'd love to
Yeah.
hear from you just in case. We're right. We're right.
We were
know.
right?
Yeah,
We're right?
we're
Okay, it is the
I
right
almost
one.
just
Cool.
shouted it out after I
Alright.
said I wouldn't.
Cool. All right. Okay, number 2, Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
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 Number 3, this is the one I'm worried we're gonna fall apart right at number 3. Bulletproof.
Yes.
No. No for me.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
So we've got one at least, so we're still good. Wedding Singer.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. The Water Boy, of course.
Yes.
Big Daddy.
Yes.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course. Little Nicky. Yes.
Yes.
I saw part of it. I don't think I saw the whole thing.
Punch Drunk Love.
Yes.
I have not.
No.
Okay. I think there's 3 that
I've
haven't.
heard good things
I'm
about
glad
it, though.
Jordan's seen that one because I was worried.
It's one of his more
I got you
serious.
guys.
That was
roles.
another one I was worried about. Yeah, it
Right.
is. This is a very serious role. One of his. He has like 4 or 5 on here that are pretty serious. Mr. Deeds.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 8 Crazy Nights.
Yes.
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 Anger Management.
Yes.
Yes. Jordan.
Yes. Sorry. I
50
was thinking
first-
of 8 Crazy Nights.
50 First States.
Yes.
Yes. Adam.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. Spanglish. Yes.
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 Man, Jordan, you haven't had one so far. You're killing it. The
I've had all of them.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. The Longest Yard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Click.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, here's one I'm worried about. Rain Over Me.
Ooh.
Mm-mm.
Be honest.
I have not.
I don't think I have.
I
I'd
have
be
not.
curious what the cover looks like.
It's him and the dude off of Iron Man, Tony Stark's like buddy. He wears the suit as well. I don't know his name.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
That's the main one. Yeah. So that's one of his serious ones. So no. So one, I'm really bummed that we didn't make
What's
it
that
through.
one called? I'm just gonna search it up. Real
Rain
quick just to
Over
see.
Me. Rain Over Me.
But we can keep moving
yeah,
on.
I heard about that one.
I've seen previews and I wanted to try and find it. I couldn't find it on any streaming service because I was trying to find all the ones I hadn't seen this past week, but I couldn't.
I watched a few I hadn't seen yet.
All right, let's keep going. I now pronounce you Chuck and Larry. Yes.
Yes.
Don't mess with the Zohan. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Bedtime stories. Yes.
Yes, I have seen that one.
Funny people.
Yes, I did. I actually just watched that one.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I'm
Adam?
not sure.
Then I'm gonna say no. Seth Rogen's in it. Seth Rogen, they're comedians. Like Seth Rogen's a struggling comedian, and Adam
It's a
Sandler.
newer one, right?
It came out
It's like
in
2009.
2008.
Oh, 8.
Okay.
I've got it here. So we're gonna say
Maybe
no
not.
for Adam on that one.
Probably not.
Grown Ups, yes, everybody's seen that.
I have
wait.
not seen
You-
Reign Over Me.
Okay,
I just wanted
so
to
we have
clarify.
one right now. Just go with it.
Yes.
Yes, Adam,
Yes.
just go with it. Jack and Jill,
Yes.
yes. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, yeah.
That's My Boy. That's Andy
yes.
Samberg.
Andy Samberg and yeah,
I
Yeah.
have not seen that one.
Yeah.
I saw that
That
one.
one looked way
I
too
love
raunchy for
Andy
my taste.
Samberg.
Hotel Transylvania, yes.
Yes.
Grown
All
Ups,
three of them. Yes.
Grown Ups 2, yes.
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 Blended, yes.
Yes.
I'm just kind of going through these a little quicker because there's a lot. Here's another one I think we might be in trouble with: Men, Women, and Children.
Oh man,
No.
really? I don't think so. Again, I'm gonna look up while we continue. But
It wasn't a Happy Madison film, but
I thought we were just doing Happy Madisons.
no, I did anything he stars in or is a main lead after Happy Madison movies
That's fair.
production. The Cobbler,
Yes.
okay. Pixels,
Yes, I saw.
No.
Pixels.
I have not. Hotel Transylvania 2.
That was actually in one of my top 10s. For alien movies, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you were debating that one.
Yeah.
It didn't
Yeah.
quite. Hotel Transylvania 2, yes. Ridiculous 6, I have seen Ridiculous 6.
Yes.
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 Okay. The Do-Over, I've seen that one.
Yes, I have seen that one too.
Adam?
Yeah.
Sandy Wexler,
Yes.
I've seen that one. Okay, I hope I say this right. I'm gonna butcher it, but the oh man, I'm gonna ruin it. Meyerowitz stories. I don't know how the last name is pronounced. Meyerowitz
Is
or
it
Meyerowitz?
Mirowitz?
Meyerowitz.
I think it's Mirowitz.
Meyerowitz
And
stories.
I feel like
have
I've
seen that,
one, but
it was one time, and I'm sorry if I butchered that.
I have not seen Men, Women, and Children either.
Okay, so we have 2. The Week Of, I have seen that. Actually got my wife to watch that one with me.
I have not seen that.
That's where him and Chris Rock their children are getting married, and they have to
Yeah.
like plan it. It's
It
pretty
looked.
good.
It looked.
It's actually
good.
I think
decent.
I did see that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Hotel Transylvania 3, yes, for me. You guys?
Yes,
don't
I've
think
seen
I
all the
actually-
Hotel Transylvanias.
That's one where they're on the cruise ship.
Nope.
Oh, it's so good. That one's probably one of my. That might be the best of the 3. Actually, the first one's the best, but it's really good. Murder Mystery, yes, for me.
Yes.
It's a
Yes,
Netflix
I have. Is that with Jennifer Aniston as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
He
yeah,
does
I've
a
seen
lot
that.
of roles with Jennifer.
Yeah,
Aniston.
he's done 3 with Jennifer Aniston and 3 with Drew Barrymore. Those
Yeah,
are-
they
as
were
his
like
love
all
interest.
his wife, right?
or dating the
Yeah.
love interest. Yeah. Uncut Gems. Yes, I've
Yes.
seen that.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You need to see that.
You
Then
should see that
That is
one.
really good. Hubie Halloween. Yes.
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 Hustle.
Yes.
Yes, for me.
I'd have to. I
He's a
think so.
basketball scout.
That's one
Yeah.
you should watch.
I
It's
did see it.
really good.
It's so good.
On Netflix again. It's part of his whole Netflix contract where he's putting out all these next Netflix movies, and that one was bomb. And then this is the last movie he's done so far that's been released, Murder Mystery 2.
No.
I have.
I haven't seen the newest one. Nope.
Okay.
I kind of want to because I endured Murder Mystery. I endured Murder Mystery.
So that's pretty good, I feel like. I mean,
I think we saw majority.
2. There's only
Two.
2 that none of us have seen.
So that does make us, let's see, that does make us experts.
Yeah.
As long as it's not 3 that we haven't seen is the cutoff. So we're good.
Okay, cool. That's. I think that's how they do it on most podcasts, right? That's
On
the
all podcasts and all, like, even like Bad
academia
Apple or whatever
even
that-
is like
what's that?
Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Rotten Apples and stuff. That place, they
Rotten
That's how they
Vegetables
do it, too.
requires, you can't talk about movies unless you have seen the movie. You've seen all the movies except for
made by
less than
that,
3. Yeah,
that producer.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You could look that up, Adam, if you'd like to verify. So Adam, to fly with the cap that you're on, you have to do the 3 jump. You have to go straight and jump 3 jumps in a row, and then it'll turn into flying. But you need a decent amount of runway.
I'm trying to go over here. Here we go. I got an extra
Run away
life.
from the bomb.
All right, so pretty good. Let's dive into it. Jord, do you think let's dive into our actually let's do the poll first. How about that? We'll do what they think is the best. So here's the poll. Thank you all who voted. There's 65 votes. Really appreciate it. So we'll start at the lowest. So two movies didn't get any votes, and that was Click and Punch Drunk Love.
Good.
We had 3 movies that tied with 1% of the vote. Or 4 movies that tied with 1% of the vote. Hotel Transylvania, Uncut Gems, Funny People, and 8 Crazy Nights. I'm so surprised that Uncut Gems only had 1 vote. Then we have...
That is surprising.
Oh my
That's a
gosh,
really
you know
good
what?
movie.
I have seen Uncut Gems.
That's the one where he's like... he's
Gambling
like a diamond...
Yeah.
he's a gambling addict, yeah.
Yeah, and he
Yep,
sells.
I have seen that one.
Like
It was really
He's
good.
brilliant in that.
it's all about a giant like rock that he gets from Africa. This
He's
gem,
trying to, like-
and he's trying to sell it, and a basketball player like
Why don't you
comes.
switch
and,
with Jord for a bit? Have him try and...
yeah, it'll probably be more
redeem you.
enjoyable for them.
But yeah, it's really good. He's amazing in it. He's absolutely incredible in that.
He does a
acting.
very good job. It's kind of similar in certain ways to like the emotional impact as or at least at first for me, as anger management. So anger management like,
It's like anxiety.
stressed me
Yeah.
out the whole movie.
It's anxiety provoking.
That entire movie, start to finish, I watched it just this weekend, and the whole time you're just like, what are you doing? Like you're just so stressed and
I'd say
overwhelmed
it's like that on
about it.
roids. Like it's like even
Yeah.
worse.
Oh, it's way more intense than anger management because anger
It's not
management
even trying to be funny. Yeah.
Yeah. But like, and it's just like frustrating but funny. But yeah, Uncut Gems is just, I mean, he does a masterful job.
Yeah, his
of
acting
that
in is
role.
incredible. I can't believe he got snubbed of an Oscar nominee on that.
I know. that
And
was
it's just because of his other movies, people just can't take him serious, and he's so good in it. So.
yeah, 100%.
So after that, we have Pixels and Anger Management got 2%. Blended got 3% of the votes, and then here's the top 10. Okay, so tied at number 9 is Billy Madison and Just Go With It with 5% of the votes, and then tied at number 5. There's a 4-way tie. Mr. Deeds, Big Daddy, Longest Yard, and The Wedding Singer had 8% of the votes. And then our top 4. So these are our top 4. Number 4, Grown Ups. Really impressed that got on the top 10.
Yeah.
Grown Ups. Waterboy is number 3. Happy Gilmore is number 2. And 50 First Dates is number 1.
That kind of checks out.
Yeah.
I thought Happy Gilmore would for sure win it.
That's
But we'll get into our
Yeah.
list before we debate Happy Gilmore, yeah?
yeah.
Is that cool?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Let's get into our list. Let's start at number 10, and then we'll work our way to the top. And then you are allowed a couple of honorable mentions at the end. We'll talk about our honorable mentions at the end.
Couple?
But yeah, I have a few honorable mentions. I couldn't. It was easy to
do
pick
this?
like 5 or 6 movies that I'm like they're for sure going to be on the list. But it's really hard to pick like 10 through 8, and then it's really hard to pick 1 through 3.
I had so many. I was like, okay, I'm going to start this list and I'm just going to underline all the ones that I like really like. And then like half my page of movies were underlined. Like it took me so long to even just get 10 on a page.
Yeah.
Cause I just couldn't get over like, I can't leave this one out.
You know,
You
I
know?
was doing that a ton too, but mainly like for nostalgia purposes. I feel like I was like, I love these movies. I love this movie, this new movie or something. Like, I don't want to say exactly yet, so you kind of know where they sit, but I'd find like newer movies that I really love, but then I realized I watched the older ones so much more when I was growing up that I'm like, nope, this kind of trumps those.
yeah. So I you know, the other thing is anyone that hates on Adam Sandler movies, I'm serious. It's like for me with the Muppets, when people are like the Muppets is dumb. Like, get over yourself, dude. It's supposed to be dumb. Like they're let it be what it is. They are dad humor, borderline crude humor movies that are just supposed to be goofy and fun. And sit back and relax and eat a tub of ice cream and a bowl of popcorn and enjoy Adam Sandler giving you dumb comedy.
Yeah, they have like super, super dumb comedy. He has more like emotionally drawing comedy, like Click, I think is an emotionally drawing comedy. And then he also has like super serious roles like Uncut Gems, and just he has a wide variety. So if you can't like find a movie that you like, you're just wrong.
Yeah. You've got to at least like watch a couple. And I get there are some bad Adam Sandler movies.
100%.
For sure. But come on, like when people are like, oh, I hate Adam Sandler and his movies are so dumb, and it's like, oh my gosh, come on. It's not Christopher Nolan movies. Like it doesn't need to be Interstellar. It can just be something funny and fun.
Yeah.
So cool. Okay, let's start. Let's start then. Adam, why don't we start with number 10? We'll start with number 10. We'll go around each person on number 10. And then just talk about why it was your number 10, what you loved about it, and then we can add if it's on our list or whatever. So, you cool with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
Go ahead. You're up. Number 10.
So my number 10 is Just Go With It.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
It's on my list for sure. That one is a good.
Just Go With It is so good.
I think
it's one of those movies that like you can just go back and watch at any time. Like if you don't know what to watch, it's one of those ones that you're just gonna enjoy regardless of how you're feeling.
Yeah. And it's like a feel good. You get to see a new location, and yeah, I agree. I love that movie. So what's your favorite line in the movie or favorite moment in that movie? Or at least one that just
I think
stands
the
out
goat.
to you.
The goat scene. The goat scene. You know when he's giving
Swine.
and he's watching the goat.
Yes.
It just makes me roll.
did it.
Him as
I
a
did
character, and his eyes are all messed up in the glasses because they're super prescripted, and he's not prescripted. He just makes me roll that entire show.
Yeah,
like,
he's so funny.
I can't stop laughing from him.
His name is Nick Swanson.
What's his name?
Swami Swanson.
Samsonite.
Samsonite.
It's I have it on here. It's Nick Swartzen. So, but he's so funny in that movie.
Yeah.
So if you cool. I love that movie. I'm gonna talk about it a little bit more on my list when I get to it. But yeah, fantastic movie. Good choice. Good choice.
Agreed.
All right.
My 10.
Yeah.
I wanted to mix two of them, which was Big Daddy and Bulletproof.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I think Bulletproof trumped Big Daddy for me.
Really?
Yeah, I
haven't seen that one.
I really liked it. It was a pretty serious, but with Adam Sandler's like, okay, I guess it wasn't all serious. It had a lot of funny parts, but it was like the premise was serious. It was about like a drug bust kind of thing.
So was Adam Sandler goofy in it?
He would just make his
Adam
dumb
Sandler
comments and talk to people funny,
Okay.
like how he is. But it was a serious role because he's getting chased down by like his. I really don't want to give away the show to people.
I mean, it's
Or do you
old.
guys?
Like I feel like.
All right, then I'll just kind
I
of give it
don't-
away. His friend, he like gets close to this guy, and then he gets busted by him. He ends up being a cop, his best friend,
Oh.
and so throughout the movie, after his best friend that was a cop is trying to catch him, or trying to get him back to like under arrest and stuff like. And back to this thing, something kind of happens. I don't want to give everything away, but something kind of happens, and they have to kind of get through the, like, travel together. And it's basically Adam Sandler's like arrested in his custody, and they hate each other now. And just the stupid stuff that Adam Sandler's doing the whole time is hilarious. But it is a serious role still. I don't know how to explain it really.
It's kind of
The best part of the
funny
movie is
series,
when they
sounds
go
like.
to
Okay.
the hotel and they have to spend the night together at a hotel, and the only room that's left is of course the honeymoon suite. And his best friend's like pissed off about it, but he's like, whatever, we just need a room. And Adam Sandler's talking to the hotel guy, and he's like hitting on him. Like, yeah, we kind of need, does your wife want to have like a threesome kind of thing? Or he's like hitting on him. It's so funny. So good.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that ended up getting
Your number 10
my
spot,
number
huh?
10 spot.
All right, my number 10's Hubie Halloween.
I did feel guilty about taking Big Daddy off. So I'd like to say that one's on there.
It's not. You took it out.
I know. But I'd like
But
to
you can
say
bring it up at honorable mentions later.
No, I'd like to say it's on there.
It's not. Okay, Huey Halloween. That's my number 10.
Okay.
I love that movie. I think it's so dumb. It has so many references to his older stuff, his older movies. It's perfect for the Halloween season. Just casual, funny. It's got the theme, and I like couldn't leave it off. I just liked it so much that I also the T-shirts that the mom wears is
Are
just
so funny.
hilarious.
Yeah. I loved that movie, but it didn't make my top 10.
Oh gosh.
It
And
also
I
did
knew it
not
would
make
for you
mine.
because when it came out and you saw it, I watched it and it was great. My kids liked it. So that's one thing that I love about it too.
Uh-huh.
But you raved about it, and I was like, I mean, it's
Yeah.
really good, but
I don't know
never
why.
really
It just
my
like
top.
hit me for I love Halloween, so I love any movies that like has trick or treating and like really gets into that. I don't know. I thought it was great. So
I
that's
thought it
my
was
number
good,
10.
but it did not make my list either. Same thing with
It's okay. It's
with
okay. It's
Big
good.
Daddy.
Big
I
Daddy
was-
didn't
I
make your
was-
list. Big Daddy didn't make my list either.
Oh man, it was tough not putting it on mine, but there was just others that just
I'm surprised that didn't
Yeah,
make
no.
anybody's list then.
Yeah, me
It's
too. I thought
such a
I
good
took that
one.
off thinking, somebody else will have that on. I really did. I debated.
If I were to say
moving
my
between
favorite
other-
character in that, it would be Rob Schneider again. Rob Schneider.
in Big Daddy,
Yeah.
yeah, when he's the
'Cause
homeless
he's-
guy.
yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
he was the delivery guy.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
right.
he, like,
you're
And
right.
Adam Sandler ends up teaching him how to read with the kid. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, give him the easy words." And he's doing like hippopotamus, and then he's like,
Hippopotamus.
"What about hippopotamus?"
Dude, Rob Schneider holds like I think he's got the best side character. Well, let's talk about that after, but I think we should definitely pick like some of our favorite side characters because he's definitely up there for me on some of his characters, like the 51st Dates characters, now pronounced you Chuck and Larry. He's just so funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
All right,
Even on his big roles, he's funny.
so since Adam's trying to beat the Penguin. Oh,
Yeah,
never
he's
mind.
trying
he
to
died.
speed
All right,
course.
go ahead, Adam. What's your number 9?
Number 9, Billy Madison.
Okay, Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Classic, right?
Super classic. It was more of like just a show I loved in the past, but honestly, it doesn't hold up
It
as
doesn't.
much as I
That's
thought
why
it
it
would.
didn't make my list.
Like it.
Big
I was
Daddy?
like,
What?
What did
No,
you-
Billy Madison.
Billy
That
Madison.
didn't make either of your lists.
Here's
no,
why
it's on mine. It's on my number 9.
it didn't
Oh,
make my
I'm
list
sorry.
at all because I think if you look, you're kind of looking through it with rose-colored glasses when you think back on it. It's nostalgic for you, nostalgia. But I rewatched that because I was like,
that's what I did too.
I gotta watch this again, and I was like, man, Adam Sandler's character is annoying, man, and the relationship that he has with Veronica Vaughn or whatever.
Super weird.
So hot.
Want to touch the hiney.
And the conditioner shampoo, like, stop looking at me, Swan. Like, but it's funny to reference those things. But when I went back and watched it, I was like, yeah, it's not as good as I thought it was.
It was still super funny, but it didn't do what I like. I was thinking when I went to my list, I was like, okay, this is one of my tops.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched it.
That's why.
And I was like, I don't know. So it still made my list because it like
Chris Farley is one of my favorite side characters is in that movie though. The bus driver. And that is hilarious. Yeah. That's the funniest part of it.
Yeah. Hey, that's on my list for sure.
Yeah,
and
was there a comment? You looked like you were about to read a comment.
Oh, well, Carson said Bulletproof is so funny. And I agree, it is funny, but it's like a serious role too. But and then it's not. He said it's not his fault. It's not his fault he can't read. He's just doing movie quotes now. Oh, Doyle rules.
Yeah.
There is so many movie quotes in that one. It definitely had to make my number 9, like my top 10.
Oh, me too.
I thought it was gonna be like 3.
Number 1 or 2.
Like I thought it was gonna be one of those top list ones, and it just every time I kept going, I'm like, it just kept moving down my list. And I'm like, it's so good, but
interesting.
Okay, Jordan, number 9.
My number 9 is Just Go With It.
Love it. So similar to Jordan Adam's placement. Adam, you had Just Go With It at 10. What's your favorite part of Just Go With It?
So Nick Swartzen is so funny, and his whole role when he's sleeping in the tub and his hands.
Oh, his head goes in the toilet.
No, his hand goes into the toilet and the kid's crapping on the toilet. He's like, like I don't know what he says. He freaks out. But he holds his character.
His character.
He's asleep, wakes up, holds character. Yeah,
so freaking funny. And then when he's drowning the girl in the pool, so they don't talk to her. Like, just pushing her under the water. Like, oh no, it's fine.
That character is.
He is gold in that movie. He plays good parts, like in Grown Ups too. He plays a lot of good parts.
Yeah, he has a lot of good side ones. He was funny in Click too. He was like the employee that was asleep in the bed or whatever. He's like a creep.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we kind of talked about that. 9? So my number 9, is Grown Ups. I debated even having this in my top 10, but I just go back to this movie a lot. I think it was really funny, and I think it's so silly. And Carson even today at work was like, it's just boomer humor, and that is very true. But there's something kind of
fun. Our dad loves it.
Yeah,
he loved it. He raved about it constantly after we watched it.
I think it's just because it reminds me of our vacations. Like, our dad's a lot like the dads in that movie.
Yeah, silly.
And it's goofy. And so I get that. I can see why people aren't way into that show. I can see how the humor's really dumb.
It's surprising how many people are not, though.
Yeah.
Like, because
people dog that like it's his worst film ever.
It is dogged like that. And I don't get that because there are so many funny parts.
And there's way worse Adam Sandler movies than Grown Ups.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I actually really loved Grown Ups, but it did not make my list. It was one I fought to be on my list, but it just didn't make it because it was like, I don't know, I loved it, but there was just too many others that kept holding it back.
Well, in that case, I'm going to start us back out with number 8.
Okay.
And that's Grown Ups.
Grown Ups,
for me.
cool.
So we were close.
We're in the same.
And Rob Schneider's my favorite character in that one too. He's so weird. And then my favorite part is when they're all like dumbfounded by this,
The beauty
by
of his children.
daughter, his one daughter, and they're like, what? That came out of you, kind of thing. And then his other daughter comes out and like flicks her hair, and they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
No, there's two. Remember, he
Yeah,
has
there's
two daughters.
two.
That's what I'm saying. The
And
first one, they're like, oh dang, that's amazing. And then the second one, they're like, okay, that makes more sense. Like that's
No,
there's three. So there's
So
two
there's-
hots, and they both are
that's
like
right. I'm
at the
sorry.
car, and they're
I'm
like,
sorry.
and they're
Yeah,
like,
they, like sprays
and they're
all
like,
over.
and they're like, what? And then the other girl comes out, and she's
That's
like,
right.
hey, and they're like, oh, that makes sense.
I didn't
There
get
it
to
is.
rewatch
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one, unfortunately. But man, yeah, I forgot there was three sisters. That's so funny. That was so
Yeah,
funny.
I get.
And then they're all like looking, or all the dads are sitting in a row and they're like looking at the girls, and they're like, guys, we can't all be looking at them at the same time. And so they're like, okay, turn. And then they turn away, and then a couple of them turn away, a couple of them looking, and then they're like, switch. And then they're like, switch, and they're all looking away. Are we all looking away right now? Switch, and they all go and look back again.
Yeah, it's so dumb, so good,
So
though.
funny.
Or like the chicken with the ashes. When he gets the ash of the chicken, he's like, "Oh, I'm still gonna eat it.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care.
This is fine."
I don't remember that part.
At least Kevin James, he's like, Kevin James, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
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 He plays really dumb fat characters, but he's funny with it. So, okay, Adam, what's your number 8? We got to kind of move it along a little, I think.
Number 8 is
Yeah.
Chuck and Larry for me.
That has my second favorite side character, but it didn't make my top 10.
Really?
The minister in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry is hilarious.
It's literally constantly talked about in our family.
Yeah,
That one
it's
was
a
hard for me.
circle.
I didn't put it
It's
on
a
my
circle.
10 either.
We do that. We do quote that all the time.
We do.
It's not like a square because it has corners.
No, it's a
It's not
circle.
like a triangle.
You do me.
Yeah,
You couldn't handle it, buddy. Hi.
yeah.
Oh, you do me? So good.
That's
so
the other
good.
thing. Like, don't try and cancel Adam Sandler. It's all
Isn't
just,
that Rob Schneider?
Yeah, he's so
that's
good.
so funny.
Like, don't try and cancel. It's just fun. It's not meant to be offensive. It's just
Yeah,
humor.
it's
like
all
get over
fun.
yourself. It's just funny. But yeah, love that one. Love that one. My number, what are we on 8 then?
Yeah, this is 8.
So my number 8 is Waterboy. I really
Definitely on my list.
really love this show. I think a lot of people, I bet everybody has. Do you have this on yours too,
Yes.
Adam?
Yeah, this is
I
on my
figured everybody had this on their list. It didn't make it quite as high as I originally thought it would, just because watching it back, it's Adam Sandler has annoying characters sometimes, and he's definitely an annoying. He's got the high pitched voice, but again, there's so many references to our childhood from watching that movie. We just
real quick, Senior Shad's out of here. So later, man. Thanks for
stopping
on the
by
little
for a bit.
time you did. So actually, you were kind of on it for a while. So yeah, but thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, so that Waterboy was just it's got a bunch of funny lines on there. I always reference he's the best tackler I've seen since Joe Montana.
I said Joe Montana.
Joe Montana was a quarterback, you idiot. I said Joe Montana. There's or we live a bad on a day. We live a bad on a day.
Yeah, you can't ever understand him.
I like
The
that.
whole time. He's one of the coaches, and you have no idea what he's saying
Or,
the whole time.
alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush.
Yeah. It's
I like the-
double oblongata.
Yeah.
The guy, he's like, oh man, what does he say? Did you just make a joke, Bobby? Yes, I did. Good one.
That was really good, Jordan.
Thank you.
That was really good.
That's my favorite part of that.
All right.
Maybe.
Well, we'll do you guys' favorites when you hit it on your list. So be
No, I
thinking
just
about.
threw it in. I had to.
Yeah,
so.
keep doing it. So Jord, what's your 7?
My 7. Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer definitely made my list.
Nice, dude. We hit the same spot on Wedding Singer.
Ah,
7
nice.
too?
That's 7 too.
So what's your favorite?
I was
Why Wedding Singer?
I was wondering if any would clash. That's awesome.
Honestly, it's
Be cool
the
if all 3 of us
music.
go. The music makes it.
The music
so awesome.
just
It almost gets better with age because of the 80s nostalgia.
it just brings you to this, like, it just reminds me of Dad because it's stupid, funny humor, and it's all 80s.
Yeah.
You know, this looking at the suits and
lot
stuff
of
they're
these remind me of
wearing,
Dad.
and like, it just brings me like home.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
music
A lot
is
of
such
Adam
a
Sandler
prevalent thing in
movies.
our family, and
Yeah.
it takes me right back home every single time I watch it. Plus, you're gonna laugh the whole time. It makes you sad, you know, like all
So-
of the emotions.
My wife has a complicated relationship with Adam Sandler movies, and I was like, she's gonna love Wedding Singer. She's gonna love it. She didn't like it. That was one of the ones she didn't
Really?
like. I
Oh,
was
I'm
like, how can you
surprised.
not? She's like, it wasn't that good. And I was like, Adam Sandler's character is so great, and even there's a little bit of depth to it. You know, like he's struggling with depression and he's going through
Yeah.
a breakup, and that's so relatable. I feel like to so many
sure.
people. What about
My
you?
favorite part of that is the limo driver. His name's Peter Dante, I believe. And Dad and I quote that all the time. Dude, you hit like 3 cones, man. Those could have been guests at her wedding. He's like, they were cones.
They were cones. They were cones. That is a good line.
So,
Okay, we got to take a quick pause. I just got my first star. Okay, it's an accomplishment. All right.
Good job, dude. Way to
proud
go.
of you.
Keep going.
I
Make
got
sure
to
you
the
save that.
top of the mat. The top of the mat.
the stop of the
The
map.
stop of the mat.
Also, oh, go ahead.
Also,
Also.
Jinx. Anybody who's in the comments, leave your favorites. I'm just curious which one specifically, if you guys want to throw
your
them on there,
favorite,
and I'll
yeah.
watch for them, and I'll throw them up when you do. Just your favorite, first or second favorites of the Adam Sandler movies.
Cool.
I just want to know.
I'll touch on Wedding Singer when I get to it on my list.
That's fair.
Cool.
That's
So,
fair.
all right, Jordan, you were 7 as well with Wedding
Yep.
Singer, so I'm up, right?
Yep.
Number 7 for me is The Longest Yard. Did that make any of your lists? Longest
I
Yard.
wanted it to, but
Most
no,
definitely.
it didn't.
I love that one. I feel like that's when he really started to bring in guest characters a lot. You have like Nelly in there and Stone Cold Rock or what is his name? The wrestler dude's in that, and they have the old football player in there, and I don't
Who's
know.
the big, huge, buff dude? He's handing out the burgers. He's my favorite character in that.
Oh yeah,
You know,
Terry
I feel
Crews.
like he
Terry
should
Crews.
he should have made
Yeah,
it.
Terry
I feel like
Crews.
that movie should have made my top 10
Yeah,
now.
Terry Crews. Say, I just got burgers.
I just got
I got the fries.
Behind your eyes.
I just got burgers.
I just got burgers.
you like, yeah, you can't rap.
Or when Chris Rock's is like, you're half a star for his violent rating. Good job, Adam.
Yeah, that was good.
I went to long jump and I just sat down.
I
So-
like that.
Yeah, just like that.
When Chris Rock finds out that he's like not considered violent, and he's like, that's not cool. Because he got a half star, and he's like, I gotta stab someone or something to get my.
Because they have the rating systems
Yeah,
on how bad they are.
Yeah, that's a good one. So, and they bring back the Rob Schneider character in the crowd too.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's good.
And,
All right.
Oh, sorry.
No, do you have anything else on that?
No, I guess not. But I was actually just gonna move on to the next one.
Okay, go for
I
it.
don't know why I just jumped in.
You do it. Number
but-
6.
Yeah, so number 6 is Blended for me.
Okay, that one is so underrated.
I agree. I'm surprised I didn't hear about it. I found out because this was probably over a year ago when I watched it, and I was just searching like Adam Sandler movies. I wanted to watch an Adam Sandler movie, and I saw it. I'm like, oh, that'll be good. Man, it's really good. It also kind of hits home for me a bit, like a single father raising girls,
Yeah.
and
he's such a good dad, just trying his best.
he is.
and
But I
that.
love how he's like this total dad's dad.
Yeah.
And he's like he dresses his kids all like
sports
crappy
or
or
in,
it's
sweat
like
suits
weird
or whatever.
Yeah.
What are those
So they
called?
always look weird, so like boys won't hit on them and
Yeah.
stuff. I love that. I
He
think it's
names
so
one of his
good.
kids ESPN Espen. So good.
Yes.
One of the best scenes in that movie is when he has to go pee outside, and he's like, he's like dripping and they can hear him outside the tent. And she's like, how about you take some Flomax? And he's like, oh, getting old. I'll give you that. What did that make your list?
It did not.
Okay.
It was a good movie, but it's one I don't really remember. Like,
I love.
I
that
didn't
one.
get to
It's not that
rewatch
old.
it.
What year
But
is
it
Blended
just
now?
didn't.
Blended came out. Sorry,
I don't think it's way old. I
It's
think
2014,
yeah,
so not super old. Well, I guess that's 10 years almost
yeah,
now.
that's true.
Adam, if you die one more time, we have to start over again. It's not the end of the world. You can just die, but
Start over like the game? Or?
no.
From the
you're
last save
Just from the
point.
Same point. Okay, cool. Well, Adam, what's your number 6 then?
Wait, did you say yours, Matt?
No, I haven't said. No one said it. You were the only one that said their number 6.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember right where we're at, guys.
Okay.
I'm right there. I'm listening
Adam,
the
what's
whole
your number
time and everything.
6?
Hustle.
Hustle. Yeah.
That's
That
the-
one's
that's the
so
one I haven't seen.
good.
You
Yeah,
know,
no, I have seen that one.
Shaylin actually talked me into watching that show because I was like, I knew I wanted to watch it, but it was one of those shows that I was watching other things and I just never got to watching it, you know? It was like basketball, you know,
Yeah.
and Shaylin was like, no, you need to watch this one for the podcast. Like, it's going to be good.
It's another kind of
And-
serious role for him too.
Yeah, it was really serious and it was just excellently done. It pulls at your heartstrings. It's very like emotionally, like you feel like you get like, it reminded me a lot of like the defeat of hard work, but then also like the redemption that you get, you know, it like really pulls
overcoming
to like
adversity.
overcoming obstacles and adversity, right? Like it reminded me of like swimming and all the competitions and things that I've done, and like
Actually,
it just
Shaydog just got on and said that was Hustle's her favorite.
It's really good. It doesn't fit the mold for most Adam Sandler movies, so I'm glad you threw that one on there.
That's cool.
I really like that one.
it was such a
Heartwarming
good
too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
mine.
Carson also wanted to mention this. Have you guys heard of all of his music and stuff
Yeah.
that he writes? Well, like I used to listen to his CDs, his like comedy music ones,
Just hit start. You good.
and they're good. So
Yeah,
thanks
he
for
writes
bringing
good
those up,
music.
Carson. Those are fun.
Like
Those are
50
awesome.
First Dates song's way good. Wedding Singer's song is really good. Like, yeah, he has a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Okay, what's
Monica.
your-
My number 6 is Mr. Deeds. Did it make your lists?
Yes.
Yes,
That's a
and
really
very
good one.
close to it.
Oh man, Mr. Deeds is so good, amazing, hilarious. He's a good, sweet-hearted dude that, like, I don't know. I just love the lovable Adam Sandler character. That's my
Who's your favorite character in it other than him?
Johnny McElroy, the tennis
Oh,
player. No, I like the scene with Rob Schneider again. Where he's like, "Oh, it's a cat."
My favorites. That I'm gonna lead that into my 5.
Okay.
That's my 5th. So, and Steve Buscemi. Buscemi, he's like that weird dude. He's like he's called Crazy Eyes in it.
Oh yeah.
when he's in
Crazy
jail,
Eyes.
and he's like
Peanut butter and gumball.
he's like no.
my favorite.
He's like, French fries and Oreos. You know me all too well, Deedzies. What are you in for this time? For attacking the mailman. He was casting a spell on me or something.
He's like, "You
Maybe he
sure
was
about
just
that?
waving.
You sure about that? I don't know. Maybe he was just waving.
So good.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then Adam, what's your 5?
well, let me do my 5 just because we've already talked about it and want to
Okay.
move this list on a little bit.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Blended. So I gave that pretty high up on my list just because
That's cool.
it
Our
was a
5s
really
and 6 are just flipped.
just flipped. It's just a really good film, good movie. I like Adam Sandler as there's kind of 2 types of roles that Adam Sandler plays. Like I feel like he either plays like the weird, annoying dude that like figures his life out and comes back, right? And he's kind of annoying, or he has this like good-hearted, sweet dad kind of vibe. And I find that one a lot more charming, and I really like those ones a lot.
But he's also kind of like a dick in him.
There's kind of three then, right? There's the annoying ones like the Hubie Halloween, the Water Boy. There's the dick ones like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore, and then there's like the dad ones.
Well, in
like,
Blended, he was kind of like a
not
jerk.
really. He was just a dad. I feel like he's just a dad that
I
had
don't
his
know.
heart broken.
Kind of like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Not wrong.
Okay, George or Adam, let's move along.
What's
Number
your
5.
5.
51st dates.
Yeah, that's on
Yeah.
our list, right? Guaranteed.
That's on all our lists
That's
for
it.
sure.
That's such
I'm surprised
a good
that's
one.
not higher.
Oh,
What's your
really?
favorite part of it and character?
Oh man, it's just too many. Like the shark guy, like
Yes.
So Rob
100%.
Schneider.
Rob Schneider again.
That's my favorite side character.
Yeah.
He's that 51st Dates character.
So good.
He's also mine. I'm
He
just
plays
gonna,
a Hawaiian, like pigeon speaking Hawaiian, and
Uh-huh.
he's so funny, dude.
Waikiki sneaky between the cheeky.
When he falls through the boat, and he's like, "Oh, I think I opened up my stitches again."
Yeah. He's good. That's my favorite character, and that's on my 10. So
his
he
character's-
like just makes that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take a Molokai on this one, bro. Throws his ball. Yeah,
Matt,
But
what's
it's
your-
also like just a good, well-rounded like kind of romance or
Yeah.
like comedy romance.
and it's in a location that's super cool, Hawaii.
Hawaii,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they have good music. We'll talk about that one more because we'll hit those.
Yeah. What's
Number
your
4 is Wedding Singer. So we already talked about Wedding Singer. I won't go into too much detail, but I will say my favorite Adam Sandler song is the last song in Wedding Singer, where he talks about, I'm I could be the one that grows old with you. So sweet,
such
love
a
it.
good song.
He sings it really
That
well.
one touches your heart
Yeah.
a bit, huh?
So that's my number 4.
My number 4 is Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, so good. And my favorite character in it is Ben Stiller, and he's like, "Oh, my fingers hurt," and he's like, "Oh, your fingers hurt? I'm sorry. Well, your back is gonna hurt now because you just pulled landscaping duties."
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude. Now you go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. It's one of the best side characters. I'm surprised he's not in more. He's so good as he does show up in a couple other films, but it's probably because he's so busy and he's huge. But that's a good one. Happy Gilmore is awesome. It made my list for sure.
What's
What was your
Adam?
number 4?
My number 4 is Longest Yard.
Okay, higher up. Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
It's
Awesome.
just, it's one I always go back and watch. I've rewatched that show so many times. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good sports movie. It's a good, it also gets your emotions going a little bit with different parts of it. And
I
it's
feel dumb for not adding it.
hilarious.
Yeah.
It is
So
so,
good.
funny.
It
Yeah,
was.
I debated putting mine even higher than 7.
I
'cause
should
it was
have
so
put it on because I talk about it. We talked about it when we thought about Adam Sandler movies,
good. Yeah.
and I don't know why I didn't. It just there's so many good ones. That's why.
Well, let me do mine
What's
next.
your 3, Adam? Or
Uh,
Matt? I meant.
Because we just were talking about it. So number 3 is Happy Gilmore for me.
Okay.
I debated this one being at the top, being number 1, because this is, I think, the most memorable and most quotable Adam Sandler movie of all the Adam Sandler movies. You cannot play golf without quoting this movie at some point. Like, get in the hole. You should go in the hole. Or like doing the Adam Sandler swing. Or like, oh my gosh, you got a hold of that one. Like, there's just so many lines that we...
I eat pieces of crap like you for
Yeah.
breakfast. You eat pieces of crap for breakfast?
And Shooter McGavin is the best villain
He's
or antagonist
such a good
of
villain.
any Adam Sandler movie. He's so good in that role, and he looks like a douchebag golfer, and
Yeah.
he just fits that role so well. And I think honestly, that's what brings the life to that movie. I mean, you actually really hate Shooter McGavin, and Adam Sandler is he's kind of plays one of those like dirtbag guys that kind of becomes better over time. And that one, he's not as big of a dirtbag. He just loves his grandma and he wants to get her house back. And
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
sweet. But
Yeah. Okay, that was my 3.
third is Billy Madison.
Okay.
I personally loved it, and I watched it again, and I loved it. It's just a lot of mine were based off of nostalgia to me.
Yeah.
My favorite character is Chris Farley for sure.
Yeah.
And then the part where he's helping him do the he's helping him study.
Yeah.
And he's pretending to be Veronica, and he's like, he says the answer, and that is correct. Starts taking off his shirt, and he's just like, oh, this isn't doing it for me. Adam, what's your third?
My third is Mr. Deeds.
Okay, higher up than the other ones. That's awesome.
Yeah,
What's your favorite part?
Again, it's just like for
Feel
Mr.
good?
Deeds, it's a feel good.
Yeah.
It's a go back, laugh. You know, like when he goes in the elevator, he first gets to New York, and he's like the music going in, and it's
It
just
has
funny.
its ups and downs.
They stop in at Wendy's with a helicopter. You know, it's like it's just funny all the way around.
Yeah, and he's like, I'm so glad I got the double cheeseburger, the baconator with cheese. Yeah. Yeah,
and that like the echoing, like when they get there in the echoing, or like the punch, you know,
Yeah.
like it's just, it reminds me of my childhood, and then also it's just hilarious, like so many good side characters, like the plot is just, I don't know, I absolutely love that show.
So what's your number 2 then?
My number 2 is Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
What's
Okay.
for Happy Gilmore?
Nice. We're getting close. I figured a lot of ours would be all at the top. So what's your number 2?
Mine's Waterboy.
Waterboy.
Yep, and my favorite character is Frank Koraki, maybe Koraki. Did you make that joke, Bobby?
Oh yeah.
Did you just make that joke? Good one. So he's great.
My number 2 is 50 First Dates.
Yeah.
I lived in Hawaii for 2 years, and I love Hawaii, and I just because he goes there, it's so good. And Rob Schneider's character is just, it's so spot on. Even in Hawaii, when I a lot of the people that lived there would talk about how great Rob Schneider's character was, portraying like a Hawaiian that speaks pidgin and is just like the chillest dude ever. Like when he's like, sharks are naturally friendly. And the lady's like, oh, how'd you get that wound again? Oh, shark bit me. Shark. They only bite you when you touch their private parts.
Shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
good.
I told her you were the kahuna. It's just really good. So that's my number 2. So everybody has their number 1 now. I don't think anybody has the same number 1.
Nope. Yeah, you.
So Jordan was pretty sure today. He was like, I bet we have the same number 1. And you just need to beat him. Don't try and fall off the edge.
I'm
beat him.
trying to do the trick where you like speed run it in a way, but that one doesn't count against
no.
this. Yeah, never mind.
So
well.
why don't we do? Let's do, because Adam's the guest. We'll do you last. So I'll start, and then Jordan, and then Adam. Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Jordan.
So my number 1 is Just Go With It. And it's all at your bottom of your 10s. But the reason why I love that one is I just think the side characters are so funny. I love the feel of that movie. It's such a feel-good movie. I can watch it anytime. I watch it a lot just to sit back, have a couple laughs, enjoy like the scenery. And it's Hawaii again. Like, it's no surprise that those are my 1 and 2s for me anyway. And I debated between those 3, Happy Gilmore, 50 First Dates, and Just Go With It. But Just Go With It, I just think is so funny when the lady has the eyebrow that's like above her head. She's like, whoa. And the one guy's hitting on her, he's like, oh, brouch.
It's because
She's like, and I'm actually digging it. And what are you doing later? He's like, Browzilla over here. Or whatever it is. It's yes.
I thought we'd be the same, Matt. My first is 50 First Dates, man. And
close,
to me, it's
close.
the characters in it are so funny. I love the brother too. The brother's so funny, man.
I'm glad
His stupid little like when he
always wearing
slips
the
when he
shirt.
tries to tackle him, and he's like, "Good, like his dad looks at him and he's like, I'm sorry. Or whatever. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm
And
sorry.
he's like, what are you gonna do? Beat him up? And he's like, oh, I thought you was going to do that, Daddy.
He's just like he's all roided out. He's got his like net shirt
and he's
on
like,
all the
hey,
time.
Stacy, yeah, well, things have changed a little bit since high school.
He's doing the titty dance thing. Like, oh.
Yeah, he's got his hands going.
Yeah, dude, he's so funny.
He's
And when he's
so
like doing
good.
the wet dreams thing, and they're like, "Is it a little early for you to have wet dreams?" And he's like, the Steve guy that forgets his 10-second Tom, and he's like, "Yeah, watch yourself, Tom."
Watch yourself, Tom. Yeah, that's good.
I bet he faked the pass to Leroy and throws it in the end zone. Loser does the dishes.
You're on. Adam, what's yours?
Sorry, yeah,
my
the
number
This
one
is the number one
is Waterboy.
Ah,
That was my number
that's
one.
a good pick.
Awesome.
Good pick.
Yep. Too many excellent side characters.
We
like,
watched that so much as kids.
Yeah.
constantly.
Yeah.
We watched it on repeat basically
Yeah.
when we were kids. Like, just it's so perfect that like Alabama style, like just like the it's
The
just
Southern vibes. and-
Southern vibe. It's so funny. Like,
Do you remember my biggest memory of that movie, and I don't know why, is when we were in California at Campland by the Bay, and we'd watch it in the trailer in that little small at the
I
end
never
of the
went to
night.
Campland on the Bay.
Do you remember
I
that?
do remember that.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's my
Adam won't
fondest
remember that.
Yeah, I think I
But
was
yeah.
I was still a baby when
Yeah. Well,
all
cool.
the
That's
farts.
that's a good number one pick, dude. That's a
Well,
good.
Mama
number
don't
one.
know. Don't hurt her. And then he's like, did Coach Klein just show me his butt? Kind of like the look on his face. Mr. Coach Klein says it's okay.
Yeah.
My mama said. My
Did
mama
they ever
said-
catch that gorilla that came out and escaped from the zoo and punch you in the eye?
Oh, I say that
No,
to my
no,
kids
no, Mama.
all the
No,
time.
Mama.
The mystery continues.
It's just so
It's
good.
so dumb. And he's
It's-
like, did he tell you about his little bedtime problem? He's like,
Them's
that's
the
a sheet
sheets
over
over
there. A man is supposed to have steak fate. Vicky Valcourt, I appreciate what you're showing me right now.
And she showed me her boot. And I like them too. That's so
you
good. Good
can
pick.
do it.
Good pick, Adam.
All
Well,
night.
let's just go over just a couple more things before we close out. I wanted to show you the top 10 according to Rotten Tomatoes. So critics scores, because people judge him. Critics judge him so harshly. So number 10 is Spanglish with 54% on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 9 is Happy Gilmore with 61%. Number 8 is Hotel Transylvania 3, 62%. Reign Over Me is 64% at number 7. Funny People is number 6 with 69%. Number 5 is The Wedding Singer with 72%. Punch Drunk Love is number 4 with 79%. Uncut Gems is number 3 with 91%. The Merowitz, how do they say that name? Meyerowitz?
The Mirowitz, I believe.
Mirowitz. Stories is number 2 with 92%. And the number 1 rated Adam Sandler movie is Hustle with
Wow.
93%. So,
Makes sense.
Wow,
Such a good
that's
one.
awesome.
so
Carson said that I think for the Waterboy, that movie is the only reason why I know when the Magna Carta was.
oh,
Because
you know,
I don't
the other
remember the part, that reference part, but I remember the Magna Carta being talked about.
I'm trying to think of that.
I always remember the
The
mom
reference.
going,
Put
1966, pick up sticks.
she like prays.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, if I was gonna, what part of the snake do you think we would be eating? If I had to say it was anything, I'd say it's his knee. Okay, so we kind of talk side characters. We'll talk honorable mentions at the end, but I did want to talk the lowest scoring Adam Sandler movies real quick before we end. So number 5, I'll go from 5 to 1. The Do-Over has 9% on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 4 is Bulletproof with 8%.
Sounds so good.
Number 3 is Grown Ups 2 with 8%, which wasn't as good as Grown Ups, but I still liked that one.
I thought it
still
was
liked
hilarious, but
I don't think it should have hit the bottom 5.
Number 2, and this one was bad. Jack and Jill with 3%. That movie was not
I
good.
didn't like it.
That was,
Yeah,
I
that
did
was
power
rough.
through that movie, but Adam Sandler being his sister Jill was so annoying. And
There's
number 1,
there's a couple funny parts.
I can't even
but-
recall a funny part, man.
Yeah.
I should give it another listen, but I can't even remember. And number 1, do you want to take a guess? It's a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, the worst Adam Sandler movie according to critics, and I agree. You want to take a guess at what it is?
Was it,
Is it Punch Drunk? No, you haven't
Sandy
seen that.
Wexler?
No,
That's
good guess.
my bottom.
It's The Ridiculous 6.
Oh, yeah, that one
It
wasn't
was
good.
awful. That one was
Yeah.
awful. I wouldn't give it a 0%, but I wouldn't give any of those the grades they gave them, but it was not good. Not
Yeah.
good at all. So
Sandy Wexler was weird, but
I didn't even
Oh.
finish it.
I wouldn't
I
say
couldn't
it
get
was-
through it.
The Ridiculous 6 was like that for me. I was like, I can't do it. It was just a mood. I was just like, I can't do it. It's not funny enough. It's not keep. The other thing about Adam Sandler is I think a lot of times the background, the scenery is often really inviting and beautiful and cool to, or it's like themed well,
Yeah.
and you like the area that where they're camping in Grown Ups, or they're in Hawaii for Just Go With It, or
Right.
you have all these, the prison location is just interesting,
Right.
whereas the West was just dumb and the Old West was just dumb and the characters were dumb and it was all just brown and didn't have much cinematography.
I can get behind that.
Okay, so let's just talk honorable mentions and then call it a night, unless you got anything else you want to add.
I mean, I kind of Big Daddy would be my honorable mention. I also thought
I got 3.
I have to look. I'm sorry.
I have a few.
Go for it, Jordan. Adam.
So a big one for me was 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah. it's funny.
That was hard for me to not put on my list. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's got an excellent
one of your
soundtrack.
favorite Hanukkah movies, my friend.
All right, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's what it is.
You're right.
You gotta say
It's a Hanukkah movie, but
Yeah. Same season as Christmas.
I mean, he's
You are
he's Jewish
Yeah,
too,
it's
so that's
on
what it's for.
I recognize. Get out of here. I
Okay,
recognize.
what else?
Big Daddy, another real big one for me. I loved the show. So many great characters, really, really funny. And it's just a great, it just makes you think of, it made me think of Dad and then also you guys, because, you guys are just stupid older sibling brothers that, I raised me in a way.
Okay.
And so it just, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. It just, excellent. Grown Ups was a big one for me. Bedtime Story.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I actually really like that one. I think it's funny. I think
It's a good kid one too.
It's a good kid show. I think I've watched it a couple times with Shaylin, and just a really good one. I actually
I can see
Uncut
Shaylin
Gems.
really liking that one.
That's in my honorable mentions.
I had to put that. In
I
my
almost
honorable
put that
mentions.
on my top 10.
Yeah, that'd be an
It's
honorable
dark.
mention for
It's
me.
dark. That's why I just didn't get to my top 10, because it's not something I'd rewatch. It's so
Yeah.
intense. It's so anxiety driven. It's an R. There's lots of swearing in it, and it's not a comfortable feel good movie. So it just,
No.
but it is phenomenal. I'm glad you brought that up.
He acts incredibly in that show.
Yeah.
He is that character. And it's so different than his normal, because I feel like a lot of funny actors, and especially even a lot of Adam Sandler's friends, they kind of stick to their one role, their one character.
I don't know.
And he does such an excellent
Rob
job.
Schneider jumps around a lot.
Yeah, but it's always
Yeah, but
comedy.
it's always a
that's
silly,
true.
silly comedy character.
It's always an over the top portrayal, sometimes borderline racist, maybe not even borderline,
Yeah.
but over the top character that's hilarious. So
And I think Adam Sandler just showed how good of an actor he
Yeah.
is in that show, and it just shock and awe. And
the
at
writing
the
is really
end,
good. The
it's-
brothers that did it, and they wrote that part specifically for Adam Sandler. which is really cool.
Really, really, really good. And that ties into my last one.
Honorable mention.
My last honorable mention, which is anger management. Anger management.
I know, seriously.
Yeah, for real. It gives me so much anxiety watching that movie. Like, I love it, but I hate it.
I'd like to throw in a Happy Madison film that Adam Sandler's not in.
Okay.
That would be an honorable mention to me because it's a Happy Madison film.
Okay, what is it?
The Wrong Missy.
Okay, yeah, that one's really good.
So good. And that reminded me of it because it is like a frustrating kind of show. You're just like, it's those shows that like so much dumb stuff happens that
Adam Sandler's
like,
in that.
That
isn't he?
I don't think he is.
I thought he had a little cameo, but
maybe he has a cameo, but I didn't really notice.
Cool. That's a good pick.
Yeah, and
what else? Honorable mentions.
One last one for me would be just his Saturday Night Live in general, and we'll probably touch base on Saturday Night Live
when we do that episode.
But he has so many funny roles in Saturday Night Live. He's just an amazing actor. So I'd like to just point that out. That if you haven't watched any SNL skits from Adam Sandler, you should, and then you should listen to us when we do our podcast on it.
All right, so my honorable mentions: Uncut Gems, which we talked about; Hustle, which I feel like we've talked about enough. Just another serious one. It just didn't make it because it's not, for me, it's not super rewatchable like Adam Sandler's are, and they're so rewatchable because they're feel good and they're easygoing. I cannot believe this is the one I almost flipped out for Hubie Halloween, and I can't believe it hasn't gotten any love tonight and wasn't on any list. I took it out because I figured one of you would put it on their top 10. Hotel Transylvania is hilarious. It's such a good animated movie, and I think it's I now I wish I kind of would have just put it on my 10 instead of Hubie Halloween. It's really rewatchable. All three of them are really good.
Very rewatchable.
Yeah, and sure. I just think they're really funny. I like Adam Sandler, Andy Samberg's character, the like hippie dude in it. It's so funny. Yeah. I still have tickets to 52 Dave Matthews concerts, man. Like, it's just really funny. So
you are that's a good honorable mention because Hotel Transylvania is excellent. It's one of those ones like that you can go back and rewatch at any time. It doesn't even have to be around Halloween.
It's
like
cute, it's fun.
It's
all
good.
Of the above for sure.
Yeah.
You get the premise of like Adam Sandler's humor, and you get like a lot of the cool characters. He comes up with a bunch of fun ones. Everything like that. I
took it out because it was animated, and I feel like Andy Samberg is the reason that movie kills it more than Adam Sandler's character. That's why I didn't put it in.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
But it's super funny. He's hilarious.
To be honest, we probably need to start clearing this up.
Yeah, we're gonna end
podcast. So
we're gonna end it.
We man, that was good though. That was a lot of good ones.
Yeah.
It looks like we only hit one that was in the same spot, and it was Adam and I.
I just want to say, Adam, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. And I also just want to say before you close this out, Jord, is if anyone listening on the Twitch or on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you're listening or watching, if you could just hop on to Spotify or Apple Podcasts and give us a rating, a 5-star rating, it'll really help us out. And we'd like to reach more people.
If you think we're 5-star worthy.
No.
We don't want to make you do it, but if you don't, we hate you.
If you're not going to give a 5-star rating, just don't worry about it.
Just don't worry.
You're good. No, you can say whatever you want. Our feelings won't be too hurt.
We just don't want to be that customer service person that hands them the receipt. Like, so if you could put that I'm like the best person you've ever met at Walmart, I will get a raise. So
and
please.
We'll give you a free side of fries at McDonald's.
But we need our raises, so you better go do it.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Thanks to the chat. Anything else?
Yeah. Sexy Chicken 808 said hustle over uncut games.
Gems.
Sorry, from here it's such small writing. I was just kind of reading fast. But gems, uncut gems, and then
Hustle is awesome.
Hustle's such a good
If you haven't
movie.
seen that, go watch it. Even if you don't like Adam Sandler. If you don't like Adam Sandler, I don't know how you made it this far through the podcast.
Probably wrong
thank you.
podcast
Thank
for you,
you.
but hopefully you know how important Adam Sandler is now to the Davies.
Yeah, it's a
I don't
staple,
understand this, but Carson said also, who would win in a fight, Adam Sandler or a damn sandal?
Adam Sandler.
You'll have to explain that one more. Sorry, man.
It's a chocolate.
Yeah, anyways, so that's the rest of our comments. But thanks again for watching, everybody, and joining us in the chats.
We're going to go to sleep like Mario's sleeping right now.
Yes, we are going to go to sleep and get this all up. So
Thanks so much for having me on. This was a blast.
we're glad you joined us, dude. Thanks for coming.
And we're going to have you back on for sure.
Yes.
So,
Cool. I'm
cool.
excited.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay, catch y'all later. Thanks.